After about 2.5 weeks of no structured running after my marathon, I'm back to my first workout and I could not be more excited. I'm back to the early mornings and it's about 5 a.m. and I'm getting ready to go out for a run. I told myself I could have as long as I needed because I wanted to make sure I was excited to run again, but I took an entire week off and by the end of that week, I was already really ready to go out for a run. So after 7 days, I went for my first run. From there, I just did easy runs every couple days. After 2.5 weeks, I'm ready to go and we're back at it. I am still breastfeeding, so I've got a pump before I go out for a run as well. I'm excited to be back to training, but I don't have a whole lot of expectation for this workout, just really going off the feel and doing kind of a fartlek based run. With emphasis on running, we've had a really busy season and a lot of change. If you're somebody that's watched any of these videos, you'll notice I am in a different place and we have moved houses, which has been really exciting, but also kind of stressful. And then with Matthew being a teacher, he's nearing the end of the school year, and so that can get a little bit crazy. So there's just a lot going on, and I'm wanting to make sure that running is not an added stressor, but instead it's kind of opposite and is something that I'm getting to do that I enjoy. So really just kind of taking things as they come, planning to run 5 to 6 days a week and have some more structure, but we'll see how it goes. I've got some exciting goals for the summer that I really would like to shoot for, but like I said, I don't want running to be something that's not fun, because at that point, why am I even doing it? But at this point, I'm excited to get back out there, so I'm just gonna continue to roll with it. I've got to go ahead and get going if I'm gonna get this run in before Matthew leaves for work. I'm out of my warm-up. The sun's starting to come up, which is awesome. One of my favorite things about summer is that when I go on early runs, it's not pitch black dark. One of my not so favorite things though is the heat and the humidity. Right now it's already like 72 degrees and humid. So that's gonna take some getting used to, but that's okay. As for the agenda this morning, I've got about a 10-ish minute warm up and cool down, and then 3 to 5 sets. 4 minutes on, 2 minutes easy, just going off of effort. 4 minutes is like a tempo-ish pace. Giving myself some flexibility, and I'll really just kind of stop whenever I feel like it. So that's the plan. And afterwards, heading back home to get Stetson up, getting us ready for the day, and starting work. So pretty normal day ahead of us today. Get the juice. So we are scrambling just a little bit this morning, just a little bit behind, but trying to make sure that he gets his breakfast before we head out the door. And one second, let me get a little bit of water. Just mixing this with a little bit of water to water it down. But here you go. Fruit juice, is that good? But I've got him some breakfast, and then mine's cooking right now. He's eating like some sausage, eggs, and then a little bit of fruit and cheese. And then I've got a burrito in the air fryer that has that same like sausage and egg mix with like some bell peppers and things like that. Super good and tasty for breakfast, and it's a good meal that works for like him being little, as well as me and Matthew to put in a burrito, which is great. Love things that kind of go both ways and are versatile for both of us. And then I'm also trying to get my coffee made real quick as well. I'm just putting a little bit of honey in here while it's hot, and then gonna stir that and add a little bit of cream. That's kind of how I make my coffee every day. Favorite way to do it. And then I'm just gonna wait on him to finish eating, get my breakfast ready, packed, and then we are heading out the door. So since we just moved, like I mentioned, Matthew has about 3 more weeks of school until summer break. And basically our previous setup was that I had somebody come over and watch our son while I worked. Since we moved about an hour away from there, if not more. Mainly to be closer to family, so it really was an exciting move, but did lose my person that watched him. But since there's only about 3 weeks left of school, Matthew's mom has been kind and offered to just watch Stetson while I work, so that we don't have to get somebody for just that short period of time, since Matthew will be taking care of him during the summer. And so we are just about to head to her house so that I can work, and that'll kind of be what our day looks like. And then we'll come back home, get some dinner ready, and then we're actually going to be packing up tomorrow morning I'm heading to Oklahoma. So if you're new here, I live in Arkansas and my family, for the most part, lives in Oklahoma, and that is where I grew up. So anyways, I will be heading over there with Stetson. My sister is graduating tomorrow. She's graduating from high school, which is crazy. I cannot believe she is that old, but super excited for that, super excited to see the fam, and super pumped for my sister because this is such an exciting time. Hate that Matthew can't go with us, so it'll just be me and Stetson. So I'll bring you guys along for that. And then just kind of some ins and outs of our day, some more details around trainings, maybe even just some of the meals that we're eating, things like that. Just planning to kind of vlog the next few days, show you guys what it looks like for me getting back into training from a little bit of a break. And so hope you guys will stick around. And as for now, I am gonna make sure that he eats the rest of his breakfast and we're good to go, and then we are heading out the door. So the workday's done, we are back home, and I'm now working on some dinner. Matthew's home as well, and he's also helping out. On the menu tonight, we are having burgers. It's a really nice day, and it's actually pretty warm out. And with Matthew being home at a pretty decent time, he really likes to grill, and so we figured burgers would be a good one. And right now we've got some onions and bell peppers sauteing. And so these are gonna go in the burgers just to give it some more flavor. And then I'm also making homemade buns, and so those are rising right now. And also with Sunday having been Mother's Day, I still haven't got to see my family yet since they are in another state. But like I said, we're heading there tomorrow. So I'm making them some like little bread twists. I'm making one for my mom and then both of my grandparents. So I'm planning to take those to them and then just like a little card or something like that. So excited about that. Let's see it. Boom. On Thursday morning, super duper early, Stetson and I got up and we headed to Oklahoma for my sister's graduation, which was so much fun. I'm so very proud of her, and I just cannot believe that she's graduating. But it was good to spend time with some family for a couple days. And then on Saturday, we headed back home, and now we have made it to Sunday. We're getting ready for church, about to head out the door. And then I'm hoping to get a run in because running while I was at family's was a little rocky. But that's a-okay. It was fun spending time with them, and I didn't want to have to worry about trying to schedule it in and just make things stressful, especially since I'm not necessarily in the thick of training or anything right now. I'm just kind of getting back into things. But anyways, yeah, so we're gonna go to church. I'm gonna try and get a run in, and then we're going to go grocery shop a little bit and kind of meal prep for the week. And that's what today is gonna look like. And so kind of need to hurry though, we're running behind. So I'm gonna finish getting ready really quick, and then we are going to head out the door. Just finished my Sunday run. Made the mistake of doing that in the afternoon, but I decided to just keep it easy, so I figured even if it was hot and humid, I'd be okay, and I did survive. However, it's hot and humid, so I think that's how it works though. You kind of convince yourself to go in the afternoon because maybe you're tired and want to sleep in, but then when it's hot, it's a little bit, you regret it just a little bit. We're about to go get some groceries. I'm gonna meal prep for the week. That's usually what I do on Sundays, and then maybe get a lift in, see how I feel. I may do that this evening, so. Good morning. I just finished up a run and now I'm about to get a little bit of a lift in. It's a new week, it's Monday. I'm kind of glad to be back on a normal schedule. Last week was a little crazy, and sometimes when you're thrown off your schedule, it's just a little bit more difficult to schedule in workouts and not have it be so much of like trying to just like stick a run or workout in where I can, but instead having a little more structure and schedule and knowing when I can get my runs in. Now I've got the workout finished up, and so it's time to start the day. It's a new week. I'm about to go get ready and start work. But thank you guys so much for following along for a couple of days in the life as I get back into the swing of training and come off of a break after the marathon. I've got some really big and exciting goals for the summer, and so I hope to share those with you guys in the next video, and so tune into it to kind of see what my plans are for the summer. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I hope you guys have a great week.